what are you most excited about? And I know you guys are working on a platform, which, I think we could approach this from two standpoints. If I had to guess, I would probably say that 15% of my audience is probably syndicators, investors like us. And I would guess that the other 85% are at some stage in their journey from, W-2 job to they have a few investments, or, maybe they're in some partnerships. But from both perspectives, you were telling me about the platform that you guys have coming up and some of that kind of stuff. And so I guess we could tackle it from both sides of that fence. What are you excited about the future of blockchain and then these platforms you have coming up?
Sure. Well, I am very excited about the fact, and the reason why I initially got into this was I had met some guys that were doing what's called an ICO, which is an initial coin offering. It's crypto, and they were out of Romania, and they raised. They didn't know anything about real estate, and they actually didn't. They just operated Airbnbs in Bucharest, Romania,
Really?
and they raised like 750 to a million too. And I helped them out, and their white paper, had the word awesome in it like 400 times. So, that's one of the things we helped them out with. And so I'm like, if these guys can raise this type of money and it's like this easy to do, think about what it could do for real estate sponsors. So that's when I started getting into it. And then I'm also concerned about financial freedom and stability and really sound money. And so I wanted to put together a fund. And what I know best is triple net properties. And so some of the safest properties, and it's, a flight to safety, everybody that knows what they're doing goes into triple net properties during times of crisis or anything, because they're just like bonds wrapped in real estate. They're guaranteed by large corporations. You got Exxon paying you, you got Walgreens paying you, you got Walmart paying you. And at some point, I think Exxon is probably a better risk than the US government in terms of paying on their obligations. So it's like, what's not to like? So I tried to put together this crypto, with cash flow. And then I, ran into regulations that said, oh, if I'm in the United States, I can't do this. I have to go through the regular regulations that I would normally do. So we went and started doing this, and we spent a lot of attorney's fees. We spent a lot of money on accounting. It took us a very long time because we were working with some of the best real estate tokenization well, not necessarily real estate, but the best tokenization platforms out there. But they didn't really know anything about real estate and didn't know anything about the real estate business. So after frustrating times and, some hard times with raising money for our own fund, I was approached by somebody that said, well, I'd like to put together a tokenization platform. And I said, that's kind of a commodity business, because it's like the technology, you just build the technology. And then I called her back and I said, wait a second. I said, this is exactly what I should be doing, because it's so difficult for sponsors to do this, and it's difficult for investors to do this. So let's try and simplify things. Let's try and make it sponsor friendly so that the sponsor can list all their stuff. It solves a lot of their problems with investor relations. It solves a lot of their problems with, CRMs and things like that. It gives them an elegant dashboard that they can go to. They list all the stuff and boom, boom, boom. And then the other thing, from an investor standpoint, it's like, let's put together a marketplace. So either the investor has a relationship with you or me as a sponsor and can get into these things. And it's easy to do, because right now, the state of the industry, it's a little bit difficult to get into. I think there's a lot of people working on those problems, and I think we've solved the problem, but there's other people that are working on it too, because it's like, why should somebody even have to deal with a crypto wallet? Why should somebody even have to, and even know what that is? Why can't they just have an account with you? And those accounts are their shares, and those shares can trade when they want to. So that's the way we're setting it up. We're going about it that if you don't even want to know about crypto, you don't have to know about crypto. You just have an account, you have shares. But then the other really great part about this, which, not a lot of people have done, is we're creating a crowdfunding platform on the other side, so that investors that are just out there looking for other deals, they can see what you've got, and they're like, oh, I want to diversify a little bit. I want to, take some of the mobile home parks. Oh, I've, kind of overloaded on multifamily right now. So maybe might want to try out, and just diversify a little bit in, retail. Maybe I want to do geographic allocation. So that's what we're trying to put together with the crowdfunding side of it, for investors. And again, they have all those extra investor options that they wouldn't normally get with a crowdfunding platform, or in a normal syndication.